Was geht ab, Freunde? Willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Hitman 3. Heute mit der Story-Mission Death in the Family. Wir haben das letzte Mal die erste Story-Mission von Hitman 3 gespielt, On Top of the World. Und die war verhältnismäßig einfach, würde ich jetzt einfach mal behaupten, im Vergleich zu den Story-Missionen aus den ersten beiden Teilen. Wahrscheinlich, um das Ganze so ein bisschen, um einen den Einstieg ein bisschen leichter zu machen. Ich hoffe, die steigern sich über die nächsten Story-Missionen. Heute spielen wir, wie gesagt, Death in the Family. Ich bin auf jeden Fall gespannt. Let's go.
She came home.
Carlyle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlyle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant. Information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Planning. Wir nehmen den mal mit. Ja, leider haben wir nicht die ganzen Items aus den ersten zwei Teilen, weil die IOI-Server von den Spielemachern, die Server sind momentan noch down und ich konnte den Speicherstand noch nicht rüberziehen. Deswegen spielen wir so.
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her three adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Schade, wir können leider nicht mit dem Motorrad fahren. Können wir einfach in die andere Richtung laufen? Wir gehen uns einfach mal die Windmühlen angucken. Okay, scheiße, wir können ja nicht weiterlaufen. Wäre aber irgendwie lustig gewesen. Stell dir mal vor, man kann einfach hier in die Richtung laufen und einfach die Gegend erkunden.
Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle. Please wait.
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
Aber dafür müssen wir jetzt irgendwie schnell hier rüber, wa? Oh. Der kriegt da hinten gar nichts mit.
What? I'm sure I saw something. Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
Please do.
If you'd follow me. I wouldn't say anything, but I'm so...
Mhm.
Hey! Can someone check that out, quickly?
No problem.
Hey, we need some help here.
Oh.
Please get some help. You, armed man, please help.
Ich bin doch gar nicht bewaffnet.
Is anyone in trouble? Anyone hurt?
Nein.
Speak up.
Nein. Hier ist gar nichts passiert.
Hey, you!
Ach, scheiße. Ach, scheiße.
That was a gunshot.
Naja, hätte ja klappen können. Nochmal. Alright.
Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment.
Private Investigator. Wie kriege ich den? Irgendwie muss ich den noch kriegen.
That is Phineas Whitmer, hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here.
Yes, you are the man. Thumbs up, mate. What?
So, ich werde wahrscheinlich durchsucht. Deswegen lassen wir die mal hier.
Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
Yes, please.
If you'd follow me. I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary. And all this security. I've never seen the place guarded like this and I dare say I don't like it at all. This is what I mean. You have to be patted down before you see Madame Carlyle inside. Oh, I could just cry.
Interessant.
Sir, I'm just doing my job. I gotta pat you down. Sorry about that.
Ja, wenn ich schon da unten bin, kannst du auch nochmal gleich meine Schnürsenkel überprüfen. So, wo muss sein? Da ist sie.
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice. A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute
Ich bin
discretion.
hier.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madame Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've traveled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
Also wir müssen sie nicht einfach nur töten, wir müssen
I
auch
feel
diesen...
obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
Okay.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this.
Hallo.
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside.
Also, wir müssen jetzt auch noch einen Mord aufklären. Das finde ich ja geil.
Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor.
Auch cool gemacht.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Ja, danke.
Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived
Schnappschuss.
plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
So, einmal lächeln bitte. Super. Ganz toll. Damit kannst du dich bewerben.
That American lawyer in the small office, did you check his travel documents?
I did, sir. It all checked.
Nice. Hi.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
That means the staff were off duty.
Just
And
remember, I
Madame
went for a stroll
Carlyle and her
behind the
security
greenhouse
didn't
last
arrive
night.
until this morning.
Maybe that's where it is.
That
What
leaves
is?
Madame's
My lost
family
button.
and myself.
One couldn't find it at the
Könnt ihr
casino.
vielleicht euch mal entscheiden, wer jetzt hier redet?
And before you ask, I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters.
Unhöflich.
Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
Open the intel.
This is very useful information, 47.
Zachary was found dead in his bed this morning, and despite a suicide note and doors locked from the inside, Alexa is convinced he was murdered. Ja, wissen wir doch.
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Yeah, keep it real.
Was?
I think solicitors are mother's favorite kind of people. Can't remember ever having
Oh, hey, you! Stuck with the choking!
Ja. Hätte besser laufen können.
Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment.
That is the famous hired the dead body of Zachary Carlyle.
I wonder what happened to him.
The suicide letter was found in his room.
Okay, sagen wir mal das selber. Okay, das ist die Liste, oder was? Gregory, Edward, Rebecca, Emma, Patrick, Mr. Fernsby. Questioned. Okay, achso, okay, da steht dann immer, wenn wir die schon befragt haben.
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Well, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zack? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle. But who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Is that all?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing, really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Zachary with a crowbar in the living room. I got it. Okay, wir klären also den Mord jetzt auf, ne? Wo ist Emma?
Emma Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Anything else you want to know?
Weiß ich nicht.
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Is that all?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Okay. We got nothing. We gotta question Patrick and Rebecca and Edward and Zachary. Ja, talking to him is a waste of time. Alles klar, dann haben wir jetzt noch Patrick. Wo ist Patrick? Entschuldigung, wo finde ich Patrick? Hallo?
That's a little too close.
Ist mir egal.
Professor Edward Carlisle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. Anything else I can do to help?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. If that's all, I have a speech to write.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
Sorry, ich habe nicht zugehört. Was?
Yes,
Oh, yes.
Hi Cassie, it's me again. Edward. I know I'm not supposed to leave you messages, and this is the last time, I promise. It's just, I don't know how to handle this whole situation. I don't think I can really. I can't feel my legs, and my eyes are not working properly. This flicker thing again. You can't tell anyone, but the thing is, I've been asked to perform the eulogy at the funeral event tomorrow. I know it all sounds so unbelievable. But even though Mother is still alive, we still have to go through with the funeral. I have to write the eulogy. I don't think I can. She will definitely want to read it, and no matter what. I just know she'll be disappointed in me. Again. My legs are really weird. I need you, Cassie. I'm sorry. I know. I'll hang up. Not supposed to do this. Christ, sorry. Bye.
Okay, what the fuck? So, Alibi confirmed. Okay. Okay, wir müssen noch Rebecca und Patrick. Ach, er ist auch confirmed.
But he was such a gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
How are things coming along inside? Is it
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
Oh, God. It's such a big responsibility having a baby. I have to protect it, right? I can't do that.
You'll be fine, Robbie. Kids are great.
Okay, okay. Aber das macht ihn Alibi confirmed. Das heißt, es bleiben noch Emma, Rebecca und Mr. Fernsby.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Das hier? Alles cool. Komm, es war doch immer der Butler, oder?
Painkillers. Lethal if you use enough of them.
But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47? Mr. Fernsby clearly didn't commit the murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlyle he did. Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. And 47, the handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
Okay, also der Butler war es nicht, aber er hat auf jeden Fall dabei geholfen, einen Mord zu vertuschen, der aber schon 30 Jahre zurückliegt oder so.
That is the door to Rebecca's room. I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
Also es ist schon ziemlich cool gemacht, dass sie hier so eine richtige so eine Detektiv-Folge draus gemacht haben. Ja, aber da kann ich ja jetzt gar nicht rein, ne? Bringt's mir überhaupt hier was?
What do you mean it doesn't exist?
What was that?
Kommst hier rein. Das brauche ich wieder. So auch.
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlyle. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is, 47.
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
Mit wem redest du? Mit der Wand.
This is Madame Carlyle's office.
Yeah, hey,
Please
bro.
step inside.
I can't forget his eyes.
Hä? Sollte ich nicht hier reingehen? Oder ist das hier?
Your detective skills have gained you access to the Lion's Den, 47.
Ah, doch.
Now, go claim your reward.
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat. Please, go ahead.
Was war das für ein Musikchange? Accuse Mr. Fernsby.
The butler, Mr. Fernsby, killed Zachary.
Fernsby? Oh, you've got that wrong. He would never do such a thing. He is the most loyal man I have ever met.
I found pills in his office that matches the poison that killed your brother. Furthermore, I found Zachary's notebook, half burned, in Mr. Fernsby's fireplace. It showed that Zachary intended to publish a written confession to a murder the two of you committed nearly 50 years ago. The murder of your older brother, Montgomery.
That's outrageous. We did no such thing.
No need to feign innocence. I know a killer when I see one, and my discretion is assured. The papers also described how Mr. Fernsby helped you stage the murder of Montgomery as an accident. I believe he killed Zachary not to be exposed as an accomplice to murder.
Sweet Fernsby. You are wrong, Mr. Whitmer. He did not do it to protect himself. He did it to protect the Carlyle legacy. Mr. Fernsby, like myself, understands that sacrifices must be made to secure stability and prosperity. Mr. Whitmer, I'd appreciate it if your findings never leave this room. I understand Fernsby's actions, and there is no need for them to have more consequences than they already have. Fernsby was very fond of Zachary, and I am sure his decision will haunt him to the day he dies. About your reward, have you considered an amount?
I want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Arthur Edwards, the Constant. But that must mean you're... I expected you'd show up. But you're not here to kill me. If you were, you would have already. The enemy of my enemy, I suppose. You can have it. You earned it.
Mhm.
The file you want is in the safe. Good hunting. I need some privacy. Thank you.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlyle.
Echt? So einfach? Ciao.
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
Was ist das denn? Wo sind wir hier? Easy. Hi, Freunde. Ihr seid ja immer noch da.
47. They're everywhere. Go, get out! It's the Constantine. Shit!
Brauchst du eine Soda-Can? Ja. Achso, weiter. You owe him nothing.
47. Don't respond, just listen. Diana can't help you now. You need to find Olivia. She will know what to do. I wish there had been more time.
were none. Thank you, Miss Burnwood. Now, it's my turn.
Stay down. Boss wants you alive.
Yeah? How about now?
Over here! Cover me!
Walk away!
Or what? You gonna take us all on?
Don't. Tell the Constant to start running!
You think you've won? 47 is out there. And 47 never misses his mark.
Neither do you, Miss Burnwood. That's what makes you valuable.
You're delusional. You think I would betray 47?
Trust me, you owe him nothing.
What is this?
I told you we could help each other, and I meant it. I'll look forward to your call.
Gray is gone. Go to Berlin and stay out of sight. We're all that's left now.
Alles klar, Freunde, das war's mit einer weiteren Folge Hitman 3. Ja, wir haben ein bisschen Cluedo gespielt. Es war der Butler. Überraschung. Ja, wir spielen demnächst noch die weiteren Missionsstories. Deswegen, wenn ihr nichts verpassen wollt, dann folgt auf jeden Fall dem Kanal. Und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Video wieder. Ciao.